Let me just comment quickly, and that is that we know everything that you've indicated is ongoing, but I can tell you with the faces of the people that are here, it's not enough. And as Dennis indicated, we have a fire here, and we don't have the fire trucks that are coming to put out the fire. And so, as I've told the Secretary before, we have to pursue operational flexibility as it relates to the operations of the federal and state projects this year. Anything else will not suffice. We have a court decision that may come out before the end of this month. We have the National Academy of Science, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the dates, David, you indicated later this month, January 24th, 25th, and 26th, and we'll get you the information on when the National Academy of Science will be taking information on the multiple stressors that are resulting, in my view, to the decline of the fisheries in the Delta. And they involve just not the ammonia from the tertiary treatments from the city of Sacramento and Stockton, as you noted, but they deal with 2,000 pumps that are unscreened that are pumping water out of the Delta. They deal with non-native species that are a part of the contributing problem. They deal with runoff from cities around the Delta that have quadrupled in population, fertilizer that goes in there. All of those factors are not taken into account either in the biological opinion of the Delta smelt or the salmon, and consequently we are trying to fix a problem with one instrument, and that is the export of water south of the Delta. It's not working, as Tom Birmingham noted. We have the most recent report from the state last Friday. The smelt are at their lowest level ever. If the pumping regime were working over the last 2 years, you'd think that the smelt would be healthier than they are today. Obviously, there are other contributing factors, and we're tired of taking the blame for all of the problems that exist in the Delta. And with that said, I'd like to have the next witness, Mr. Rod McManus, Regional Director from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, dealing with the fisheries service in the Southwest region. Rod McManus. Rod.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Congressman Cardoza and Congressman Costa, for this opportunity. I represent the Department of Commerce and National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, National Marine Fisheries Service. My agency is the one that issued the biological opinion on the water project's impacts on salmon, steelhead, and green sturgeon that are listed under the Endangered Species Act. Now, in doing that, we recognize the very tough times that the San Joaquin Valley communities are experiencing right now. We've got the problems with the economy and the drought, and then we've added on top restrictions that relate to protection for fish. And that just added to the difficulties. We work, in recognition of that, we work very closely with the Bureau of Reclamation and the State Department of Water Resources to try and find the solutions to protect salmon and steelhead that would cost the least in water. And when we issued the biological opinion, that does not mean we walked away from this job. Our job is not done. It didn't end with the biological opinion. We are committed to developing better solutions for people and for fish. We're cooperating in the National Academy of Sciences review that's already been mentioned. That review will evaluate whether or not we've used the best science available in determining the impact on salmon and steelhead. And it'll also seek alternative solutions that we may have overlooked in our work. So we're looking forward to getting the results from that. We're also participating in the federal work plan that David Nowie already explained. And we are committed to and have in the past expedited reviews for any water management projects that will increase the flexibility for working around the Endangered Species Act problems and providing water where it's needed most. Finally, National Marine Fisheries Services released a draft Endangered Species Act recovery plan for salmon and steelhead in the Central Valley. And in that recovery plan, we have looked at the broad array of threats to salmon and steelhead. It's not focused, as biological opinions are, it's not focused on a single project. It is focused on the species and the array of threats to that species. And these are the other stressors that have been referred to. That draft is out and publicly available. We're working towards finding solutions for the multitude of other stressors, and we're interested in getting your comments on that as well. So I want to thank you. I'm looking forward to the questions and answers this morning, and I won't take any more time.
Thank you very much, Rod. Yeah, he can, but I want to complete the witnesses here. We have and we're going to go out of order because Lester Snow has a funeral service he has to go to in Clovis. So we're going to have the director of the California Department of Water Resources, who has recently been appointed by the governor of California to become the secretary of the Department of Resources, a person who does a terrific job and who we work with every day, Director Lester Snow. Lester.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate moving up. Unfortunately, I'm sure everybody here in the Valley read about the helicopter accident that took the pilot and 3 Fish and Game employees, and there's a service at 1 o'clock today in Clovis, and I'm told I can get to Clovis in an hour and a half. Is that about right? Jim says less, but I know he speeds like hell, so... Okay. I'm going to try to cut to the chase on a few of the issues because I think that this is a pretty informed audience, and I know quite a few of you have worked with you for many years. One of the things I want to highlight right out of the chute is the water supply problem we're facing right now is a real mix of a lot of issues, and the 2 biggest ones are drought and ESA. And it's easiest to focus on ESA, and we forget that our reservoirs are way below normal and have been for a long time. So I want to hit some of the kind of the background issues of where we are. And the other thing I'm not sure about is how many people here receive State Water Project water? Not too many. Okay. We could meet on the side, I guess, and go over some of this. But it's relevant to CVP also. We did a preliminary allocation. Every year we do a very early allocation in December. It's a conservative allocation. It's always based on a 90% chance that it will get better. But this year, December of last year, we did a 5% preliminary allocation to our contractors, lowest on the history of the State Water Project. And there's basically 4 things that factor into that. There's quite a list of things that factor into it, 4 big ones. I mean, first, it's early in the season, so it is a conservative estimate. But also this year, there's a very dry watershed. We've had 3 very dry years. You remember 2006. San Joaquin ran forever, it seemed. But since then, way below normal precipitation. So we have a dry watershed as a byproduct of that. We have way below normal reservoir storage for this time of year. All the major reservoirs in the state are below average conditions for this time of year. Actually, let me cite a few of those. So this is, I also want to mention, those that want to follow this kind of information, we have on our website a monthly update of drought conditions, and plus we update storage conditions on a daily basis. So Shasta Reservoir is 63% of normal for this date. Orville is 44% of normal for this date. And Orville, as of Tuesday, I haven't checked yesterday or today, we actually were still losing storage, which is highly unusual for January. So we got more outflow than inflow in Orville. St. Louis Reservoir, 64% of normal for this date. Folsom, which is a contributor to the CVP, 51% of normal. Where is Millerton? 71% of normal.